Hey guys, this is Mr. Markland with Unlimited Possibilities Martial Arts. This video that we're going to do today, we're actually going to do it on entering. I was just now doing a class with one of my guys, and we were talking about how you enter, specifically with Aikido, but I'm going to start off with entering the concept from a JKD concept, meaning Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's art, and then go to a Wing Chun idea of entering, and then go into the Aikido idea of entering. So let's start with kind of the JKD entering Jeet Kune Do, which is the Bruce Lee's way of intercepting fist idea. So if we're entering, this guy is wanting to attack, and from a JKD standpoint, what we're thinking is closing with a lot of energy and a lot of kind of fierceness. That's really the JKD, fierceness. That's the JKD idea, right? So if he was trying to attack, I wouldn't necessarily wait for him to fully attack. This would be like, I'm standing here, this guy says something, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And then I see him, he doesn't like, maybe I say something, but I don't mean anything bad by it. He gets mad, and he's coming up, and he's like clenching his fist, standing up, and I'm like, okay, something's going on. And then I see him start to raise his hands up. We might preemptively come in and do something, right, just before. So in JKD, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll enter usually with an eye jab or a front kick to the groin is typically what they'll do. So that's basic self-defense, right? If his hands are coming up, I might go there, maybe throw an eye jab, or if his hands are coming up, I might trap this hand and eye jab. A lot of times that will stop a fight instantly, okay? Before anything, there's a video actually of a guy that I know that he was out in some other country because he was in the military, and he was doing this kind of fight with another guy from that country. And the guy came, he was saying that his stuff is better than his and all that kind of stuff. So the guy came in and he was like this, and he came in to do something with his hands, but he didn't get the full, you couldn't tell what he was gonna do because he didn't even get his hands fully out. And what the guy did was come in and eye jab him, and the fight was over. There was no more fight. So that would be one way of entering the JKD way. The other way of entering would just be blasting, what JKD calls straight blasting, okay? So if he's coming up, maybe he throws a punch, I'm just gonna come in and straight blast over his hands, okay? So guys, get up just a little bit more. So instead of me trying to block his technique and throwing a technique back like that, the problem with doing those wide open techniques is this person is punching multiple times. I blocked this one, now I'm getting hit trying to throw a move, right? But if he throws a technique and I just cover and blast down his center, he really can't do anything about that. He's just kind of like, what is going on here? Okay, so he can't really react to that, right? So I'm not going to teach how to necessarily straight blast, but you can kind of get the idea if you've never seen it. We can work with that later. So the next one, so that's basically a JKD way of entering. The next way of entering is going to be more of a Wing Chun type of entering, okay? So Wing Chun type entering is usually simultaneous strike because they're wanting to hit the center, okay? So if he's going to stand right here. So if he's standing here and he comes in, let's say he comes in with maybe a kick, right? So I want to simultaneously strike, or I can do this, he kicks and I kick, okay? So I simultaneously strike as he's kicking. Or maybe he punches and I simultaneously strike like this, hit his center, and then I can come and hit again, I can elbow, and just kind of enter that way. That's the entry, is kind of the simultaneous strike. Instead of like running them over, it's more like you strike at the same time and you're hitting. Does that make sense? So that would be more, so another example of that, maybe he throws a punch again, I might come underneath and hit up like that, and then come over the top. I was watching another video, because I was just telling him about this, last night I think it was. But I was watching another video of an instructor showing the Wing Chun hook, and a lot of people don't know that Wing Chun has a hook punch. So I'll go ahead and show it since now it's out on in the internet anyway. So he was showing that this guy, maybe he throws a punch, or maybe maybe he just doesn't throw a punch. Maybe he just has his guard up, right? And he was showing how you can lapse out with this hand and throw that Wing Chun punch like this. And I was like, and that's not bad. That's good. However, what I would more want to do is if he brought his hands up like that and he was gonna, I would put this hand up more of it in the way, okay? So this is more like a jump sao or something like that. And then with this hand in the way, giving him forward pressure, now I throw the punch, okay? And then once I throw the punch, if I want to throw another one, I can. And then I'm coming in and I'm striking and that sort of thing. So it'd be, obviously it would be very fast, it wouldn't be slow. This is the issue that I have with Wing Chun people fighting against somebody standing where they're actually, it's more like they're sparring. They're not actually fighting, right? So this person is, his hands are up and he's throwing punches, and the Wing Chun guy's going back like this and trying to hit like that, and it just doesn't work. That's not how Wing Chun works. You don't back away and come in like that. In Wing Chun, it would be more like he strikes and I come in like this. I'm coming in. I'm not gonna back up because I'm worried about the person. I need to close that distance and almost like smash my distance, and then I'm throwing my tight strikes in. Okay, since Wing Chun is for close counter, or what I call zero range, or close to zero range sparring or fighting. Okay, so that would be a way to enter Wing Chun. Like, we're entering simultaneously hitting, right? If he's striking again, I can bring my leg up like that. He strikes again, I can kick this leg as I'm coming in, okay? And then come in. Does that make sense? So it's never, if he's coming in and I kick this leg, I'm going to obviously step down and continue forward, right? With these multiple quick strikes to where I can do that. And obviously it's not gonna be that slow, it's just gonna flow. Those moves are gonna flow together, so it'll be quick. So that would be a way of showing Wing Chun entering. Now the last one we're gonna do is Aikido entering, and this is the one that's most misunderstood. All right, so I'm gonna have you stay right here. So what people think they see, well, we'll actually look at it here first. What people think they see when they see someone entering in Wing Chun. This person's throwing a punch, and what they see is this person just doing this, and somehow the punch magically gets out the way, and this person does this and takes him down, right? Okay, that's what people see. That's not what happened. That's not what is actually happening, okay? What's actually happening is, if I stand here, and he's punching, I'm side stepping. So the way I'm side stepping is forward. Does that make sense? If you don't see this little side step because you're looking from this view, you're not gonna really be able to see that side step. So that's the reason why people look at it and go, that's not real because he just get hit. Well, it's about the small motion. I side step here and I'm hitting. So he should be aiming for me like that. Okay, he would be hitting me. And all I'm doing is side stepping. See, that hand would have hit me because I was right here, but I'm side stepping and going forward and taking him off the center to throw him and take him down. Okay, so that is an example of Aikido, what they call irimi, or entering. Okay, so those are three examples of entering, one from a JKD standpoint, one from a Wing Chun standpoint, and one from a Aikido standpoint. Okay, so very good. I don't think I want to go any further than that. You can also enter from a Filipino standpoint. I don't know if I want to do that one right now. We might say that for another day. But those are basic ideas from those three techniques, or from those three arts. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and we'll just see you guys on the next video.